Welcome to Star Wars The Clone Wars Download. In this episode, we're going to take a look at Together Again.
Make sure there are no more delays, and if there are, I am certain Crimson Dawn would love the opportunity to take control of your operation.
Ahsoka comes up with a plan to get Trace and Rafa out of the Pike's prison cell that requires the three to trust each other.
Send them to go get it and give them one rotation. If they don't come back, I'll tell you where their family's from.
With the plan in motion, it is revealed that someone else is keeping an eye on Ahsoka.
What are you up to?
After being returned to her cell, Ahsoka breaks free and discovers Maul's involvement with the Pikes and where he is currently located, but not without consequences.
We know you are both working for the Republic and this Jedi.
Jedi?
Following their grand escape, the three make their way back to Coruscant as friends and are greeted with a call for help.
You and I have a common enemy.
Maul.
We took a deeper dive into Together Again with cast and crew. Here's what they had to say.
We watch Ahsoka sacrifice herself in this episode in order to save Trace and Rafa. That is the Ahsoka that we know and love. And that's one thing that I love about Ahsoka.
At the end of the day, for Ahsoka, even though she's left the Jedi Order, she cannot, in my opinion, deny that she was raised there and it has made a profound impression on her. She's going to do the right thing. She cannot just look at people that are in peril and walk away from it. There's just no way she could do that. It's not who she is. In the episode arc, even though she's not part of the Jedi Order, she is acting very much like a Jedi.
Crimson Dawn was always going to be a part of the episode. It was in there in the script phase. Dave wanted to establish Maul's grasp across the galaxy, and Bo-Katan was always planned to be a part of this episode. We wanted this arc with the Martez sisters to kind of lead into the Siege of Mandalore arc, so it just felt natural for Bo-Katan to show up just to kind of propel Ahsoka into that story, essentially.
This 4-part arc, for me, it's actually a story of friendship. In the very first episode, Trace helps Ahsoka. And then throughout the arc, Ahsoka helps Trace and Rafa. And then at the end, Rafa helps Ahsoka. And it's such a beautiful story of friendship and how we should just help each other. You know, I think it's a beautiful message that we can take into our own lives. And these episodes, they teach that lesson of helping people and of friendship just so beautifully.
For me with Ahsoka, it was always important that as a young person, she's asking questions and she's not just following, that she can make up her own mind and that she can even go against what Anakin thinks. She has to be an individual. And to me, when you look at the Jedi in the prequel era, the one Jedi that has it most right is Qui-Gon. Because Qui-Gon understands that you can still love someone as long as you don't try to possess them, as long as you can let them go. He is selfless. Ahsoka is on a selfless path. And because Qui-Gon taught Obi-Wan, taught Anakin, taught her, that teaching is in her. She gets the benefit of Anakin and Obi-Wan. Both of them teach her throughout the course of her life. And so she has kind of a nicely balanced view of things, where a lot of Jedi, I don't think, have that. So Ahsoka's tied to all of that, but she's making her own decisions outside of those character arcs. But I have to look at the whole thing and piece it together and bring it to a conclusion here in these last 12 episodes.
Last week, we asked if you had any questions about Dangerous Debt. At Axel Maz asked, was the decision to include Ursa Wren implemented in the episode because of her relationship with Bo-Katan during the Clone Wars and in comparison to those relations in Rebels? Dave Filoni, executive producer and supervising director, answered, I wanted there to be some connective material between Clone Wars and Rebels. So rather than invent some new Mandalorian lieutenants for Bo-Katan that we didn't know, I thought it would be fun to show Ursa as part of Bo's group. You have to be careful when including characters, and it's always a balance between a fun idea and a character we love and a universe which begins to feel too small. Have any burning questions about Together Again? Tweet us your questions using the hashtag Clone Wars Download, and maybe you'll see your question answered on the show. Want to learn more about this episode? Head to StarWars.com/TogetherAgain to check out the episode guide. And don't forget to check back next week for our deep dive into Old Friends Not Forgotten.